If you think you need $60,000 to $100,000 to start exploring, you have been probably lied to. Let me show you something. Here is a $95,000 Overland build, $4,000 rooftop tent, $6,000 in suspension and armor, $3,500 fridge slide, dual battery, snorkel, 35-inch tires, full skid plate, custom drawer system. Looks absolutely incredible on Instagram. Now, here is a $4,200 Overland build. Bone stock 4Runner, $200 ground tent, $90 cooler, good all-terrain tires. Now, I saw both of these rigs at the same trailhead out in Anza-Brega late 2025. Now, both owners cooked dinner, watched the sunset, and woke up in the desert. Now, one spent $95,000, the other spent $4,200. And the guy with the $4,200 setup, I talked to him over coffee that morning. Now, turns out he'd been doing this for over the last 12 years, bought his truck used, and a lot of the items that he had used. The truck had 240,000 miles on it. Now, after talking to both, you want to take a guess which one knew more about overlanding and off-road? Yeah, not the one with the pretty truck. Now, today we're going to be breaking down what the Instagram Overland build gets right and what it gets dead wrong, and what experienced overlanders run when the cameras are off. Now, quick note before you get into this, every vehicle image in this video is AI generated. None of these are real rigs. Now, I did that on purpose. This video is about the trend, not specific people. So if you have a built rig and you love it, I'm not coming after you. Build what makes you happy. You do you. But if you're new and figuring out where to put your money, well, this video is absolutely for you. Let's get into it. All right, number one, the Instagram build formula. Now scroll through any overlanding hashtag and you're going to see the same formula. Full armor, rooftop tent, fridge, dual battery, light bar, snorkel, winch, awning, drawers, and every single rig is photographed on a flat piece of dirt with not a scratch nowhere to be found on it. That is not a coincidence. See, the overlanding industry exploded during the pandemic. New GJL, JT models hit the market. Overland Expo's shows were absolutely packed, and social media accounts popped up overnight telling you what you needed to buy. Well, here is what nobody told you. A huge chunk of that content is sponsored. The $4,000 fridge setup, free or deep discount. The $6,000 suspension, brand deal. The rooftop tent review where everything was absolutely perfect, affiliate link. Every click puts money in their pockets. Now, full transparency, many of the videos on this channel are sponsored or, well, feature gear manufacturers that sent me to review. I'm part of this system as well. The difference is how a creator handles that relationship. Look for channels that are strictly vet what they stand behind. Creators who say no to sponsorships that do not fit. Creators who tell you when something is not worth it, even if they got it for free. That is the filter. Number two, the $235,000 lesson. I met this guy out in Joshua Tree during the pandemic, pulled into a campsite with a fully built Sprinter van, $235,000, top of the line. It had every accessory known to man that you see on Instagram. Now we got talking, and this guy was full of energy. He was pumped. He was going to be living on the road, the dream. Now I ran into him a couple years later out at the Overland Expo in Flagstaff. Different energy, way different. The same van configuration, he found was listed on dealerships now for $149,995. He lost $85,000 in just 2 years. Friends, not from driving, from market correcting itself. $85,000 gone. That is a nice truck right there, just gone. The data backs it up. 2024 Sprinters lost 35% of their value in 2 years. 2023 models dropped 43% in 3. 5-year-old Sprinters were selling for more than sticker price during the boom. That bubble popped hard. Now, I call that the Instagram inflation problem. People saw dreams build online, convinced themselves that they needed the same thing, and they paid a premium price during the feeding frenzy. The people who came out ahead, I run into them all the time on the trails in San Bernardino, Big Bear, and Anza-Brega. Modest rigs, money spent on tires, recovery gear, and actual trips. Every single one of them needed far less than what Instagram told them. Number 3, what experience overlanders actually run. Now, I've been running trails in Southern California for years, and the guys I keep meeting on the trails all have something in common. The rigs are simple. Now, in my last video, I covered safety essentials, tires, recovery gear, communication, water, fuel. Link, incidentally, I'm going to put it in the description in case you missed that. Now, today, I want to focus on what veterans do not run, because that is where Instagram disconnect really comes in. Now, they do not run dual battery systems. Well, most of them don't. 90% of overlanders do not need one. A $50 portable battery bank handles phone charging and camp light. $50, problem solved. They do not run snorkels unless they're doing deep water crossings in Australia. Now, a snorkel, well, that's a $400 to $600 Instagram prop, but hey, it looks good in photos, right? Now, they do not run a $1,500 drawer system, and you know what experienced overlanders use? They use a $40 plastic tote from a hardware store. Not really Instagrammable, though, and I'll give them that. Now, they do not run full armor packages. Now, I was talking to an old timer at a fuel stop outside of Barstow a few years back. He had a stock 80 series Land Cruiser. It was actually pretty badass. 300,000 miles. This thing looked like it had been to war and back twice. Now, he was telling me stock suspension and good tires beat a lifted truck with full armor every time. Now, the extra weight kills everything else. And looking at this guy's rig versus built ones in the parking lot, I believe this old salty dude. And here is a big one right here. A lot of them sleep in ground tents. I know, not sexy. Does not look good on the gram, but they are lighter, cheaper, and they do not wreck your center of gravity. And if something breaks, you're not sleeping in the back seat because your $3,000 tent mechanics fell jammed. Nothing like paying $3,000 to sleep in your truck. Now, the Overland Bound forum has a thread called, "Which mod do you regret the most?" The answers, well, follow a pattern. People regret heavy, expensive stuff that they bolted on because they saw it online. Nobody regrets the tires or the recovery kit that they put on. Number 4, the mall crawler problem. Now, the off-road community calls it a mall crawler, a vehicle loaded with off-road gear that never leaves the pavement. Now, I watched this happen at a BLM spot outside of Anza-Borrega. A guy pulled in with a fully built Gladiator, popped his rooftop tent open, laid out every piece of gear on a tarp, spent an hour taking photos from every single angle, packed it up, and drove off. Never even started a fire. Now, this was not overlanding. This is a photo shoot, and let me be straight here. There's nothing wrong with building a truck that looks good, but be honest about what you are building and why. Because when you build for Instagram instead of the trail, you end up with a heavy, expensive rig that does not serve you when the roads get rough. And worse, you're telling beginners this is what they need to get started. Number 5, the real cost comparison. And let me lay out some real numbers, and fair warning, this might sting if you are mid-build. Instagram build, the vehicle, $45,000 to $70,000, suspension and armor, $4,000 to $8,000, rooftop tent and rack, $3,000 to $5,000. Fridge and slide, $1,500 to $3,500. Dual battery, $800 to $2,000. Bumpers, well, $2,000 to $5,000. Winch, lights, snorkels, drawers, awnings, $2,300 to $6,600. Total with vehicle, you're talking about $58,600 to $100,100. Now, the reality build, vehicle, $8,000 to $25,000. Use 4Runner, Tacoma, or whatever you already have. Tires, recovery gear, tent, cooler, water, comms, battery, bank, maps. Total vehicle, $9,510 to $27,680. The difference is $49,000 to $72,000. That is Instagram tax. And both rigs get you to the same campsite. Same sunset, same stars. One of them lets you retire 10 years earlier. Now, over time, well, the reality builder adds things based on experience. A fridge that they want, cold food on multi-day trips, or they're tired with messing with the ice. A modest lift after they find trails that need clearance, not from scrolling 3 a.m., adding stuff to the car. I mean, we've all been there. Don't do it. Alex here from the future, in editing this video that you're watching and realizing I overlooked the most important chapter with this video. Number 6, how to
build smart. Here is the playbook to avoid the Instagram trap. Well, step one, the sponsored content filter. Did the reviewer get it for free? Is there a affiliate link? Would they recommend it in spending their own money? Step number two, the scratch test. Now, does the rig of the person recommending the gear have scratches and mud on it, or does it look like a showroom floor? Battle scars mean they use it. Clean means, they photograph it. Step number three, check the forums. Yeah, forums, not the feed. Go to Overland Bound or Expedition Portal and search mods I regret. Friend, 30 minutes of rating beats a year of scrolling on Instagram. Step number four, the cooling off rule. You see a mod that you want, wait 30 days. If you still want it after the next trip and can point to a very specific problem that it solves, buy it. Step number five, budget for trips, not for parts. I met a guy. He was running the Mojave Road, in a bone stock Xterra. Done it something like 20 times. Knew every water stop, every campsite, every section where the sand gets soft. Spent almost nothing on his rig and knew more about overlanding than guys that spend $40,000, $50,000 on their builds and have 2 nights on their record. Experience is the mod that matters most at the end of the day.
All right, with that said, let's start winding this down. Instagram builds, they sell a fantasy. The fantasy is that you need $60,000 to $100,000 to get out there. You do not. The best overlanding vehicle is the one that you already own. Take it somewhere, sleep in a $200 tent, cook on a $30 stove, get a flat tire, and fix it. The 1 weekend teaches you more than a year of scrolling. And when you do start upgrading, you'll let the trail tell you what you need. Not the algorithm, not the brand deal, not the guy in a clean truck and a flat piece of dirt. This is the difference between Instagram build and a reality build. One look good in photo, and the other one gets you where you want to go. Now, before we wrap up, I have a quick favor to ask of you here. I have a lot more content coming. Gear reviews, trail guides, practical tips. We're getting more out of your time outdoors. Now, if that sounds like your kind of thing, well, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what is next. It really does help this channel more than you know, and I really do appreciate that. All right, friends, well, it's time for me to start winding down, and that's all I have here for you. Share this video with someone who is new to overlanding or who is about to drop their savings on gear that they do not need yet. And go watch my video on the 10 biggest overlanding mistakes beginners make. It pairs really perfectly with this one, and I'm going to put the link someplace on the screen or down below. So until next time, you get out there, keep it simple, and I will see you on the trail.